Hi, Cubs fan fantasy baseball stream thing. I'm Spencer Laux. Welcome once again. The Cubs are on a hot streak. I'm wearing the same shirt for the last 8 games. I don't wear it after I record. I put on a regular shirt. But it appears to be working as the Cubs go for the sweep today. Tyler Chatwood against Garrett Richards. And welcome, everyone. We might have a new person. Whoop. The Cubs don't have 4 fouls. Oh, yeah. So, this is a little conundrum here is, who do we bring up? I think I am going to decide who comes up from AAA. This isn't a thing. I usually would be staying out of this. Oh, never mind. They called up Charcer Burks. Oh, to AAA. You can handle all your team's options. It doesn't matter. Just call the... Oh, what is... Oh, wow. They're giving me, like, every notification ever. Ooh, Brandon Morrow's not on the 40-man roster even. We might have to bring him up from AAA because I'd rather have him than Jeremy Jeffress, probably. But I think we need to bring up a guy to the Cubs because it looks like David Bodie is out. So that's the question is, who do we bring up? Hernan Perez would be an obvious choice because he's pretty okay overall. He can play look at that. He has a lot of versatility. It doesn't look like he can play literally almost everywhere. We're probably going to bring him up. He's okay. And most of the other people are either developing or Descal. So yeah, let's go. I agree. Let's go. I'm sorry. It's not the shirt. It's the cheat codes. I wish I had actually, I don't know. Wish I had cheat codes. But I think we're going to bring up Hernan Perez. I need to add him to the 40-man roster. This is... So... Yes, Hernan Perez is now on the Cubs MLB team. You may remember him. I think he's played with the Cubs. He used to be on the Brewers. Thank you. Yeah, no, David Bodie got injured where he's going to be out for like 2 months. He's on the IL. And he was doing really good. Look at this. He had 4 home runs, 393 average. He had, that's all really good numbers. I was really happy for him. As he got injured swinging a bat. He got injured just swinging a bat. Brandon Morrow, we should bring him up, I think. Hold on. Sorry, we'll go to relief pitchers and see who the worst one is. At least by statistically. I feel like, where is Jeremy Jeffress at? Or is he listed where the hell's Jeremy Jeffress? Is he I'm very confused. Sorry. Give me a sec. I'll figure this out. Okay. He's been bad. So, you know what? We're moving him to AAA. And we're going to bring up Brandon Morrow because Brandon Morrow's biggest concern is that is his injury stuff. I just saw him a second ago. Where was he? Brandon Morrow. See, look how hot, and he's hot too. Moved to MLB. Of course, he's not on the 40-man roster. Why would Cubs have a full 40-man roster? Okay, I need to limit the 40-man roster to take somebody off. I will take Daniel Descalzo off of the 40-man roster because he is not very good. He's on waivers. That is, I'm making some very executive decisions here. Okay. And like I said, I hope not to do this often. This was an outlier just because of an injury, and I feel like, yeah. Here we go, though. Here comes the game. Yeah, brought him up, baby. So we'll see. Maybe he'll get his shot at playing. Oh, yeah. Comes down for okay. Auto fix lineups. Yeah. Okay. So I do pick the lineup too. So Tyler Chatwood's pitching, and we've been having Chris Bryant lead off as he's been doing a very good job at that. Oh shit! Is Garrett is right-handed. Okay. So Chris Bryant's gonna lead off. Anthony Rizzo in the 2-hole. Kyle Schwarber in the 3-hole. Wilson Contreras. God, he's been so hot, but his energy is getting low. So let's bring in Victor Caratini for a start. I feel like he's done well enough where he maybe earns it. It's sad to sit him, but I don't want him getting injured, as he's been kind of the best player on the team. God, not a lot of great options here. Golly. I guess, yeah, this is what we're going to do. Oh, we have Spencer Hernan Perez. Oh, we do have Hernan Perez. Okay. Yeah, I know he hasn't played in a long time. I just brought him up game. So, but where would I put Hernan Perez is the question. And I'll put him in Jason Kipnis' spot. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Here we go. It's not the shirt. Get ready for some dongers, lump enthusiasts. That's what we call home runs here. Dongers. I got coffee in this glass today. And I got water in that one. I don't have any Mountain Dew yet. So we'll see how things go here. Then the club, they got some club music going. Javier Baez doing some warm-ups in the outfield. And Tyler Chatwood pitching. He's 0-1 with a 4.87 ERA, 20 innings pitched. The whip's not great. Strikeouts, also not great. He almost has as many walks as strikeouts, and he's only striking out half a person an inning. That's not good. Yeah. Juan Lagares is on a 5-game hitting streak. Let me switch over here so that the computer plays. Juan Lagares had 2 triples last game, which is fairly rare, considering that's about a league leader in triples is usually around 10. So that's a lot of triples. Triples are by far the least amount of hits. A lot of people would assume that a home runs happen less, but no. Home runs, especially nowadays, happen all the time. And here comes the 2-0 to Lagares. Oof, that's down the line, but foul. Not sure who I'll be calling today for comedians or whoever. There any preferences from School Frog or Lump Enthusiasts? There any comedians, Iowa City comedians you really like? Or people that you know I drink with that you think I should just call and see if they answer the phone? Because I'll do it. By gum. I'll do it. Ooh, Rizzo. Rizzo kind of tried for that one, but not a lot of effort. Oh, strike 3, Tyler Chatwood. First strikeout of the night, as it was also the first possibility.
Greg Garcia.
Up next coming Greg Garcia. And Tyler Chatwood looks in. So far, so good. A lot of pitches for one batter, but...
0-1.
And he's got 0-1 on Greg Garcia, who's putting together a pretty okay year so far. 273 with 3 home runs. Pitch number 2.
Nope.
Ooh, outside. Greg Garcia has 11 RBI. It's number 1 on the Padres. You would think it would be someone like Manny Machado, who's getting paid $300 million, but nope, it's Greg Garcia.
Oh, that's good.
Chatwood flirting with the strike zone, but the strike zone isn't into it. Strike zone saying, I'm not that kind of lady that you can just almost throw it over the plate. Ooh, ripped down the line, but foul. Oh, backhanded by Javier Baez. A long throw, but he gets him. Looking good, Javi. You know, he's been making the hard plays look easy and the easy plays look hard, it seems like a lot of times. Although he's been pretty good overall. Tommy Pham. I'm a big fan of Pham. Pham.
Outside, that's the ball.
A little outside. Tommy Pham, even though he's in his early 30s now, he might have 1 or 2 more 2020 seasons left in him. We'll see.
Ball, that's down.
Ball down. And the 2-0. 3-0. What do you think of that, White Moses? Hey, everyone. This is White Moses, lump enthusiast. He's holding the 10 Commandments. You can, it's hard to read, but there's the first tablet of 10 Commandments from White Moses. Look at those piercing blue eyes. Yes, as we all know, the Israelis had piercing blue eyes. The Israelites. And then, also, there is Abraham Lincoln, who is a Cubs fan. He's known for his stovepipe, or is it stovetop? His stovetop stuffing hat. But he's actually a Cubs fan. This is steal on the move! Can't get him. And then this is just a Stegosaurus. There's not a story behind this. I just think they're the coolest of dinosaurs. Yeah, most people didn't know he was a Cubs fan. He's a big Cubs fan. I mean, he's from Illinois. Everyone knows he's from Illinois. It's the land of Lincoln. And I've been watching so much Last Man on Earth where I'm like turning into it. Everyone knows that he's from land of Lincoln. But you didn't know he was a Cubs fan. Yeah, I mean, whoa!
Be safe.
Considering before their 2016 World Series, the last time they had won the World Series, the Ottoman Empire existed the last time before. Jason Hayward, I don't like... One of my biggest problems with this game is the players lack the look of urgency in situations. Like, I feel like Jason Hayward would have, in real life, tried to get that runner out, or did they go? I guess he maybe kept right there. I don't know if he went home. But I feel like there's a lack of urgency in players. Okay, yeah, he scored. I feel like Jason Hayward would have been way in front of that and tried to throw it home. I don't know. Well, that's why it's not just a comedy show, it's also a historical, we're here to learn. Strike one to Eric Hosmer. Who, like I said, last time, he has a $144 million contract. No, he had one really good year, or he had one or two like pretty good years, and it netted him a $144 million contract. I don't think anyone would give him right now a $144 million contract. He got that after 2 years ago, but still. Aww, my voice. You think my voice is beautiful? What? Oh, stop, but go on. Garrett Richards coming up. He's 2-0 with a sub-4 ERA. I didn't get a chance to look at his numbers because I was being complimented, so it's fine. Thank you, enthusiast. I won't have to get out the spirally wheel then. If my voice is hypnotic, I won't get out the spiral wheel. It's like, you are enjoying fake baseball. Chris Bryant, warm it up, Chris. He's about to. Warm it up, Chris. It's what he's going to do. Ooh, little inside. Nice eye, Chris. Nice eye. The Padres, 11-12, third in the NL West right now. Starting to rain. Hopefully there's not a delay. They do delays sometimes, and it's kind of interesting because they'll maybe not, sometimes bring out different starters. Oh, I will. I'm starting to get more and more silly. I certainly didn't have, or well, I had the statue of Abraham Lincoln. Believe it or not, I actually duct taped the Cubs hat on. The bust of Abraham Lincoln didn't come with a Cubs hat. I'm guessing it had ice. I'm guessing that Cubs hat had ice cream in it at some point from like a Tasty Freeze or a Cubs game or something. And then I decided that if I ever had kids, busted! Who's got no arms and didn't have a hat on originally in this bust? This guy. Oh, Chris Bryant walks. Nicely done, Chris. He's going to be the leadoff man at least to start the season. That's why I keep putting him in that spot. He's got really good numbers in the leadoff spot. I mean, he's got a decent amount of power for the leadoff spot. People might not like him there, but look at the Astros. Yeah, they were cheaters, but George Springer has been the leadoff guy the last couple years. He's essentially very similar to Chris Bryant, like except he's been better. He's faster than Bryant, but he has the same amount of power. All right, up here's the Izzo of Rizzo. I mean, it's funny that Chris Bryant and Anthony Rizzo are known as Brizzo, but Rizzo's whole name is still in Brizzo. Like, I mean, the sound is. It's I think it's Bryzzo. But ooh, I haven't seen a pickoff yet. A successful pickoff. I don't know if I'd think that was cool or stupid. Depending, I guess. All right, good eye, Chris or Anthony. Anthony Rizzo. Oh! It's a hit and run.
Batting third, no left fielder, Kyle Schwarber.
Kyle Schwarber's up. Oh, pitch. Ooh. Ah. Might need more coffee and water here soon. Oh, Kyle! I yelled at him like a kid who got it and who spilled a bunch of spaghetti on himself. Like he got into the refrigerated spaghetti, like the
Oh,
leftover
that's
spaghetti, and he's just a mess. Kyle, what did you do? And he's like, nothing. And I was like, Kyle, did you get into the refrigerated spaghetti again? No. Oh, just hanging in there. Takes it again. 2-2. Schwarber actually has a very good eye. Almost too good of an eye. Like, I feel like he sometimes strikes out because he'll not swing at pitches that are balls, but get called strikes. So he almost, like, with 2 strikes, I feel like he still becomes too selective at times.
You got a full count. 3-2.
But the last half of last year, he was doing fantastic, so. I don't know. Here we go! The payoff pitch. 3-2. Garrett Richards to Kyle Schwarber with Ian Happ on deck as the cleanup man. Schwarber makes contact. It's far-ish, but not far-ish enough.
Batting fourth, the center fielder.
Here comes Ian Happ. Played most of the year in the minors last year, but came up and did pretty okay when he got the last month or two was up here. And now he's batting cleanup for a virtual contender. How fantastic is that? Here we go. 2-0. So yeah, even if the Cubs don't get any runs out of this inning, it's all good. Thank you for joining us, if only for a short amount of time. I realize it's a long it's a long haul. It'll probably be about an hour longer ish. But thank you, and thanks for joining us. Be sure to follow if you want to. No biggie if not. Bye. All right, Ian Happ, batting .229, bat 3-1. I think Jason Hayward's on deck. Strike 2.
You got a full count.
But they have gotten Garrett Richards to throw 22 pitches, which is a lot of pitches for one inning. And Ian Happ makes pretty good contact, but it looks like it's going to be an easy throw over to first. I'm going to get more coffee and more water. I'll be right back.
Leading off for the Padres, the right fielder, number 4, Will Myers.
I apologize. I don't usually leave so quickly from the... Thank you for already having... Oh. Wow, 0-2. I usually don't take a break so quickly, but I drank my water and my coffee very quickly. I think it's because I usually have already had a cup of coffee before. This was my first cup of coffee today. I slept a lot. It took me a long time to get to sleep last night, or well, this morning. And so then I slept a lot. And then I was having like good meta, like borderline lucid dreams. I don't even know, is anyone watching right now? I was having some sort of lucid dreams.
Oh, that's out.
And those are fun. So I ride those out for as long as I can. A lot of times. Oh, pop up. Looks like it's for third baseman's got it. That was a high one. Look at that high one. Look at high.
Batting it, the catcher, Francisco Mejia.
Oh, I forgot there was a... I forgot that I have actual work sometimes to do. Someone did get a hold of me to write for a cartoon, maybe. Which is fun. I like writing a lot. Cartoons are fun. You can check out my cartoon, Sea Dogs, on the YouTube. Here we go, though. Francisco Mejia.
1-0. That's ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Aye. 2 balls, 1 strike to count.
Oh, shit. Home run. Looks like it went really far. I don't know where it went, but donger alert. 423. Mejia. Like I said, I think he's going to be really good. Offensively, I think he could. They've been waiting on him to start hitting.
Batting ninth.
Batting ninth.
Number 43, Garrett Richards.
Sorry, me emailing possible job things, possible job people. Strike 3 though, and we're out of that. But I don't know why they showed this. Francisco Mejia though. That was some opposite field power. Or, well, a little bit opposite field. Almost dead away, but 423 in the rain when it looks like not much has been carrying. That's some power. Some power. Go! The second inning, though. Here we go. Ugh. 1-1 to Jason Hayward. Like I said, Cubs haven't scored in the first inning, but they did still. Ooh, and a nice hit, and that's going to be 2 with Jason Hayward's pretty good speed. Like I said, they didn't get anything last inning. Oh boy, a bad throw. He could have went 3 there. Jolly. But there was no way of knowing there would be that bad of a throw. But they did get him to throw 20-some pitches, and anytime you can get a pitcher the starting pitcher to throw that many pitches, it's good. Especially because the Padres bullpen, as far as I know, the best pitcher, I mean, because the Kirby Yates is an amazing closer. And then Drew Pomeranz is a really good guy that that's a good, like, middle relief person. So you would like to get to some of the other pitchers. Although I don't know if Andres Munoz is in this game because he just got Tommy John surgery in real life. Baez hits it down the line, but as you can tell from the barely running, and wow, all the throws are bad today. Apparently the rain's really slipping people up.
Batting seventh, the pitcher, Victor Gerardini.
Victor Caratini's up.
Two balls, no strikes.
Oh. It's not great. You should be trying to move the runners over. So the fact that both of these hits have been into left field instead of trying to be pulled or, well, put to right. Hernan Perez's first at bat this year as a Cub, but in the major leagues, he's been playing with the AAA team this year thus far. He was one of the two moves I did. Yeah, like I said, I brought up Brandon Morrow and I brought up Hernan Perez after David Bodie's injury. I sent down Jeremy Jeffress, or I might have put him on waivers even. Sorry, Jeremy Jeffress. Maybe the Brewers will take you back. I don't know if they'll oof. 2-1. So after the start of the inning, looked like things were going real good for the Cubs. Okay, 3-1. And it wouldn't surprise me if Hernan takes a walk here, since the pitcher is on deck and first base is open. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I thought they had, he's only thrown 30-some pitches. Ooh, right down the middle. Full count. Here we go. The Cubs. Swings at what might have been called ball 4. It also might have been strike 3, but it was strike 3. Well, shoot. Garrett Richards, after looking seemingly seemed like it was in some trouble there, decided that he wasn't. And Hernan Perez in his first Cub at bat this year, it bad. $220. I don't even know who we're talking about here because I can't hear what Heidi Watney says. It's a joke. It's just a joke. Plays well.
Leading off for the Padres, the center fielder, number 7, Juan Lagares.
Hey.
She eats wherever she gets to say the iced tea tastes from.
I got to count 1 and 2.
Maybe you just don't like iced tea. Strike 3! Tyler Chatwood. Sorry, I was silent there. I made a joke about old people being mean to waiters and forgetting how to do it. Hannon going for the bunt. The guy with the most RBI on the team going for the surprise bunt.
1 ball, 2
And
strikes.
misses.
Count.
That was it was certainly a surprise. I'm guessing most of his RBIs hasn't been from bunting, especially with no one on base, because you'd have to bunt a home run to do that. 2-2. Chatwood has thrown a decent amount of pitches here in the third inning. Ooh, that was close, but they called it a ball. So, 3-2 pitch with Tommy Pham on deck. I think you throw some strikes here. I think the ball hasn't really been carrying, aside from that monster bomb of a home run that he gave up earlier. The rain. Oh, backhanded by Bryant. Bryant throws it to Rizzo. Rizzo's out. Says, hey, Hernan, welcome to the team. Let's play some catch. Throw it around some, bud. Up next, Tommy Pham. For real, Pham.
Ball 1, no strike.
Strike one. 1-1 to Tommy Pham. Tyler Chatwood about to eclipse the century mark for pitches on the day. Strike 2. And it's a strike, so that's good. Or the half-century mark. Did I say century mark? I meant half-century. 50. He's thrown 50 pitches. How about 1-2 pitch? Ooh, kind of a waste pitch, which is fine.
I got to count 2-2.
Oh, did he
There
go?
you go.
He did not. He did not. 3-2 pitch, the payoff pitch, some would call it. Tommy Pham pops it up. I'm going to get more coffee. I don't know, I'm drinking. I need to water it down, so I'm watering it down. But I still need to get it hot again.
Leading off for the Cubs, the pitcher, Tyler Wood.
One out.
All right, hold on one sec. Tyler Chatwood, so this should be uneventful, as it's the pitcher hitting.
1-1.
So I'll just let him strike out, and I'll be back. I'm getting my coffee.
Nope, that can't.
He didn't strike out the ball. Oh, but he's still out. I came all the way back over because I thought he maybe had
Now back, third baseman, Red Ryan.
Count 1-0.
All right, Chris Bryant's up. Walked earlier. Thankfully, Garrett Richards has also thrown a decent amount of pitches. But like I said, if they get Drew Pomeranz in there for 2 innings and then bring in Yates, that could be all she wrote if they don't get to Garrett here. Whoa!
2-1.
Little wild pitch. I don't know if that counts as a wild pitch or not, actually. If there's no one on base, I don't know if it's still a wild pitch. And just turn it back in. 1, what's in the cup? 2, what's the donger count? The donger count is 1. The cup, this is cup Dunkin' Donuts French vanilla coffee. And then this is water. That's all I'm doing today currently. I slept a lot today, so I've got a decent amount of energy. I was having some weird, borderline lucid dreams But, like, I kept going in and out of remembering there were dreams, so it was, like, meta. I don't know. It was weird. Oh, hits out of the shift, but I think it's going to get caught because the right fielder was not running at full speed. 2 outs. But it's cold out, wet. So 2 runs could be a decent amount if it keeps raining like this. The Cubs need to start getting on base. But the donger was a big donger too. It was like 400. It was like left center, 420 some feet. It was very high. It was a good looking donger. I'm sure they'll show the replay of it when the guy gets up again because it's one of the only interesting things that's happened in the first 3 innings. Good eye. Now, Garrett Richards has gone over the half-century mark at 51 pitches. So, yeah. Ooh. Rizzo swings very early on that one. Very early. Ooh. One-two pitch. Rizzo puts a little into it. Unfortunately, the little was just a little too much to get to the outfielder. Well, here we go. Machado, Hosmer, Myers. I did not see the Rizzo related. Rizzo. Oh, I did. Yes, I did see that. I didn't read the article, but I saw the headline. That's fun. It's funny. Are you for or against the shift, School Frog?
The third baseman, Manny Machado.
Manny Machado is somewhat overrated. Well, we'll see. I was surprised he got... I mean, I picked him last year. I had second or third pick in the draft, and I picked him. And I feel dumb. I should have picked Francisco Lindor. That was the other person I was thinking about picking. Oh, shit. Well, it's going to be 2. Yeah, it's going to be a double. I thought that was maybe going to be a home run, so I'll take that. Machado should also be listed as faster, I feel like. He's listed as 39. I don't know if they go by... I've always been interested in how they decide. Sure, I agree. Yeah, adapt. Baseball has always been about adapting. So if they give you a whole third of the field to hit to, just fucking go with the pitch. Yes, sure. And I mean, and even Rizzo and I'm surprised they don't do it more. If they do kind of the check swing, Schwarber and Rizzo both sometimes will do like the check swing or the kind of the bunt down the line. Because why not? Like, take it. They're gonna give it to you. At least until do it enough so they'll stop doing the shift on you and then go back to hitting however you want to hit. Yeah, I think that that the left fielders should be able to, if they want to, be in Waveland on the hair salon on Waveland Avenue, getting their nail, as long as they have their glove on. I don't know. It's dope. That's where I would draw the line. No, never mind. No, you don't even need to do that. It would be funny to see a fielder just like standing behind the catcher. Like, can you do that? Because at what point would it become obstruction? Like, could you stand behind the catcher? Are people able to set up? Can players be set up outside of the foul, or outside of the foul lines? That seems like something they might not be able to do. I mean, it would be stupid to do anyway, but it'd be interesting.
2-0.
Or if just like the first baseman laid down in front of the pitcher, like they were doing like a cheerleader photo.
Ball that low.
Yeah, the players can just stand behind the umpire and give the bunny ears the cuckolding. God, people fuck this umpire's wife. It's on national TV that I say so.
Hey.
Strike to Will Myers. Some people are picking him to have a comeback year, as he has hit 2020 before. 3-2. He's like, come on, Will. Come on, Will. Get your head in the game, Will. He doesn't wear gloves, which is kind of unique, I think, nowadays, as most players wear batting gloves. I was always I liked double batting gloves. Stacked from the outside. Old Will. I did not see the 70s teammates that swapped wives. Unless you're talking about the Mets. Oof. Come on, get him out of home! Come on, Schwarber, he's supposed what the hell's going on here? That should have been avoided. Are you talking about the Mets? Are you talking about when the Mets won the pennant or whatever? There was one time when the Mets during the playoffs, or they got into the playoffs, or something happened, where on the plane ride home, everyone was partying and started like wife swapping, and people were like fucking on the plane and stuff. Only the Mets, right? That's such a Mets story. Steals.
He's in there. He's safe.
I'm a little surprised they're stealing. I feel bad for Victor Caratini. They have not stolen this much on Contreras. Had I known that it would be 3-0, I don't know if I would have kept in Contreras. If you would have said, if you don't start Contreras, the game's going to be 3-0 in the fourth, I'd go, I don't know. But his meter was very low. Very low.
Hey.
Oh, shit. Okay, good. I thought that was going to be way farther. Francisco Mejia. That's what it is. I'll always get it right from now on. Francisco Mejia. He had the donger earlier, and it was a long donger.
Ball that's inside.
I mean, God bless him, right? Baseball, Ray. Baseball.
No, that's low.
It is kind of cute. If everyone was on board with it. Because how convenient is that for everybody if everyone's cool with it? You don't gotta move or nothing. You still get your season tickets. Yeah, same spot even, probably. Coming up. Yeah, you think that there was maybe one person who wasn't as hot about the idea as everyone else, they would have. I don't know, maybe. Okay, Schwarbs is up. 0 for 1 on the day. Here comes pitch number 55 from Garrett Richards. Garrett Richards, formerly of the Angels and possibly Rangers, I believe. He has some good seasons, I think. I think he's had some injury issues. Has been one of the fucking Schwarber. It's frustrating.
The center fielder, number 8.
This is baseball story. Yeah, that's a good baseball story. Ah, interesting. Maybe even the kids were, maybe that's what caused it, is they're like, I think that's my kid. You want to switch, I had sex with your wife and they had my kid. You want to switch wives? Easier than switching kids. Because that's what we're doing. I don't know, maybe. Jesus. Yeah. I didn't know, and it wasn't a story till a year or two ago. Yeah, switch card, swinger thing. That Amy Heckerling and Harold Ramis had a love child, and it wasn't like public knowledge until like 2 years ago. Like, so in the movie Look Who's Talking, the Elliot Gould's character, who are those people? Harold Ramis, the nerdy Ghostbuster, is how most people know him. He directed Groundhog Day. He wrote, he fixed the screenplay of Groundhog Day. He wrote Ghostbusters. He wrote Caddyshack. He wrote Animal House. He rewrote Stripes. No, not Dan Aykroyd. Dan Aykroyd fucking... Look at... Harold Ramis turned Dan Aykroyd's weird thing into better stuff. I mean, he co-wrote most of those, but he still... He directed Caddyshack. He directed Multiplicity. He directed The Ice Storm. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I don't know who's... I don't think Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is involved.
Nope, ball one.
But,
1-1.
Amy Heckerling directed... I think her first big one was Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Did she direct that one? She, I think she maybe did Wayne's World. She directed European Vacation. This is me going off memory. I can look it up. She also maybe wrote Look Who's Talking, because the boss character that has a kid and won't leave her wife, his wife, I mean, in Look Who's Talking is based on Harold Ramis. Ah, shit. Wow. So, that's questionable. Maybe could have called the infield fly rule on that one. Because they just essentially got rid of the faster person on first. Are those even real movies? If you haven't seen any of those movies, School Frog, which I think you're just messing with me, but if you haven't seen any of those, I feel sorry for you. If you know about Michael Jordan's gambling addiction.
1-1.
Yeah, no, I mean they didn't call it, but it was like, beep, beep. It was like you could have maybe. It's a very subjective thing. So so I'd have to. So if I need to talk about movies, it needs to be about Moneyball then? Yes, Moneyball, Major League, Look Who's Talking, Ferris Bueller's Day Off counts, League of Their Own. You know, I think I've probably seen A League of Their Own more than almost any other movie I've seen, which is a pretty big compliment considering it's like over 2 hours long. Like, I can't think... of a movie I've probably seen. In my Spanish 4 class, we watched A League of Their Own multiple times with Spanish subtitles. We didn't even put it in Spanish dubs. We were like, can we watch A League of Their Own? I mean, yeah. Peanut butter's all right on its own. I'm cool with a scoop of peanut butter. Also, if you ever have the hiccups, a spoonful of peanut butter gets rid of the hiccups. And then, especially if you have a glass of milk to wash it down. So now you know. Peanut butter's good. Also, I've been told, I haven't tried this, strike 3, but I've been told peanut butter on eggs is good. Or I mean on pickles is good. Peanut butter on eggs is good.
Center fielder, number 7, Juan Lagone.
The third verse of Mary Poppins.
Nope.
Is that like spoonful of sugar? A spoonful of peanut butter makes the hiccups go away. The hiccups go away. Ooh.
2 balls, no strikes.
He almost hit Juan. Sorry, Juan. Jarrell Cotton, formerly of the Oakland Athletics, had some ups and downs. Still not a huge sample, I think, to go for from starts. I think he probably had somewhere around a dozen or so. I don't know. I know he had some real good ones, and then he had some real bad ones.
The batter, number 5, shortstop.
I think that was more about not letting Dick Van Dyke live with you for an extended period of time. Because you could tell he wasn't really British. They're like, what is he hiding? He's not a Breton. A Breton. Strike from Jarrell Cotton. I was interested to see. I'm still interested to see who's going to get the Battalion. Rule Battalion. Battalion away.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Battalion. Here we go, the 1-2 pitch. Oh, can they turn 2? Yeah, they do. Doesn't get rid of the loss, but it still makes it a little more interesting. The middle of the 5th, Victor Caratini, Hernan Perez, Jarrell Cotton. Wow, I didn't even realize that, the chat was out. So, we'll see. Hopefully the Cubs can get the 1 or 2 guys on, and then I'm assuming that the pinch hitter would be Wilson Contreras, as they need runs, and he's the one that's been giving them the runs when they need it. So, yeah. Oh.
Leading off for the Cubs, the catcher, Victor Caratini.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Two and 1.
1 strike.
Don't say it. Joker.
3.
Ah, shoot.
Up next for the Cubs, the second baseman, Padres.
All right, Hernan Perez. Can he fucking redeem himself here? So far, so no good. It'd be nice to get someone on base to make the pinch hitter somewhat more obvious to do and somewhat more valuable.
That ball's foul.
The West Coast. What would be the West Coast offensive? What is even the West Coast offense? Was that just... Oh, that's not a fucking strike. Was the West Coast offense... That was just like throwing a lot, right? That was that like a shotgun with a lot of wide receivers?
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
Oh, here comes Wilson Contreras into the game. He's like, you motherfuckers. He's like, I don't start one game, and y'all are losing. You need me and my fucking MVP bat to come hit a home run. It'll be interesting to see if they keep him in, too, for the rest of the game. I wouldn't blame them if they do. Strike! One and one. Ugh.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
See, yeah, not looking great. Didn't look like a great swing there.
That's a ball.
Good eye, though. Like I said, his energy levels were fairly low, which is why I wanted to give him a day of rest.
We got 3 balls,
3-2,
2 strikes.
working a good count regardless. With Chris Bryant on deck. And Garrett's at pitch 86. One can assume that he maybe will pitch the next inning. At most. We'll see.
That's out.
Ball 4. Chris Bryant's up. All right. I don't even know if the bullpen's coming, but I could see them going to it here very soon.
The third baseman, Red Bryant.
Warm it up, Chris. How about you? Warm it up, Chris. It's on you. Oh, the Clark Bear is like, man, I'm fucking soggy as hell right now. But it's a living. Although I'm sure he doesn't get paid enough where it would be a great living. But I don't know. I think it'd be fun to be the Clark Bear, maybe. What percentage of mascots are furries? You think it's high? I guess it'd be disproportionately high, wouldn't it?
Ball, inside.
Or do you think they screen for that? Or do you think they screen at all? Do you think they're just like, we'll take anyone who's cool with wearing this really hot suit for 4 hours? Ooh, Chris Bryant makes contact on pitch 90. Good eye.
Outside.
Says pretty rad. All right. That's fun. 2-2 pitch to Chris Bryant. Oh, he pops it up. That might land. It does land. Oh, well, he's going for 2. I don't know if that's wise. It is apparently. Wow. What a stupid looking double. But I'll take it. We'll take anything we can get today. Anthony Rizzo's up. As Garrett Richards, I mean, he can't be. Yeah, probably. Although it has been really rainy, they've been throwing really poorly. Like, I don't know why you throw to the leadoff, or to the cutoff guy from, like, an 80 to 100 foot throw. I don't think you're hitting the cutoff man there. Oh, and out goes Garrett Richards.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for
Cal
San Diego,
Cantrell, he's been pretty decent,
Number
actually.
40.
Yeah, look at that.
Now,
It's pretty, although the average is pretty high against him. The ERA's fine. The strikeouts to walk was good. Yeah. But he has a pretty decent amount of hits against him. But, here we go. Rizzo versus Cal Cantrell. And that's out of the inning. One pitch, and he's out of the inning. I'm going to pee and get more coffee and water. Nuts. Garrett Richards, though, pitched really well and can't can't technically qualify for the win, as he only got through 4 2/3. You have to, as a starter, you have to pitch 5 innings to qualify for the win.
leading off for San Diego, the left fielder, Tommy Pham.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna pee, but I'm seeing that triple. Brandon Morrow, who I just fucking brought in from the minor leagues, gives up a triple. Great.
The third base, number 13, Manny Machado.
Ball and 1. One and 1. The count is 1 and 2.
All right. Well, shit, Brandon Morrow. Making me look like a fool. I sent down Jeremy Jeffress. It's cheat codes. Yeah, I got the Game Genie. The Sega Game Genie actually surprisingly works on the PS4. Aye. Says, what? Excuse me? Excuse me?
The first baseman,
Strike 3 on me, Manny Machado, the $300 million. Do you know how much money I'm worth? $300 million. In case you were wondering. Ah, fuck. Well, on the bright side, I've worn this shirt for 8 games in a row. It's a donger. Donger alert. I stop when they're on a streak, I keep on wearing the shirt that I've been wearing and I don't wash it. So I'm going to wash this one, probably, I'm assuming. Well, Brandon Morrow. Welcome back to the Bigs, Brandon Morrow. You've given up a triple and a home run, which is impressive in a bad way. To have been faced 3 batters and given up a triple and a home run of 2 of them. But he was another lottery ticket that the Cubs got this offseason. Alec Mills and Rowan Wick are 2 of my favorites thus far. They've been, I think, 2 of the most effective relievers for the Cubs this season. So I don't know why you would bring them in with a 5-run deficit not in your favor. And that's out number 2.
next to the Padres,
Ryan Dozier is up.
Ryan Dozier.
Strikeout.
Outside. Left side. Left side from here. Get Brian Dolia. All right. Brandon Morrow. I don't think you want to walk Brian Dozier, as Francisco Mejia is on deck. I said it right this time. Sorry, I'm a little jacked up.
That's ball 3.
Ball 3. Strike 2.
I got 3 and 2. Ball 4. Take the base.
The batter, the catcher, Francisco Mejia.
Francisco Mejia, 1 for 2 with the solo home run. Not crazy about this matchup, considering. Well, Morrow's done a little bit of everything in his return to the bigs. He's given up a home run. He's given up a triple. He's struck a person out and he's walked a person. He's going for some sort of pitching cycle where all that's left for him is to give up a single and a double, and he'll be what they call the pitch, what I call the pitching cycle, which I just sort of made up, but it's a thing you don't want to do. As the only good one of those is a strikeout. 3-0 to Francisco Mejia. Fucked it up. I got it right earlier and I fucked it up. 99 though. In real life, I liked that they brought Brandon on a minor league deal. He has the ability to be a very good pitcher if he is healthy. He just has not been very healthy the last couple years. Well, shit! Donger alert. Second one of the game for Mejia. This one even longer. Francisco Mejia has 2 hits, and they cumulatively went about 870 feet or so, or about 860 some feet. That was a big donger. The other one was opposite field, kind of left center. This one was just pulled onto Sheffield's in right? I think Sheffield is the one in right. Was that, or did it clear the thing, or did it just hit the thing?
Your attention, please.
Had that big board not have been there, it would have been on Sheffield, I think.
Alex.
I forget which one's Waveland and which one's Sheffield. Alec Mills is up, who's been real fucking good, so I don't know why you bring him in with a fucking 7-run deficit.
Number 22.
Kind of fucking stupid if you ask me.
Naylor.
Then again, I'm the person who brought up Brandon Morrow, who just fucking gave up at least 2 runs, maybe 3 runs. So what do I know? So, this is for sure the worst deficit of the year for the Cubs. I mean, you can't win them all, but you'd like to have the ones you lose not be this bad. Unless you're just like hoping to get it out of their system, I guess. I don't know.
Nope.
Ooh, that looked like a strike to me. Look at that hair. It's like I did my hair. My hair is... There's more pomade in that hair than there is hair. I do like... Would you like some hair with that pomade, sir? And it's hit to the... Yeah, that's going to be 2. If not a home run. That's a home run. Oh, no. It's 2. You know things are bad when I'm relieved when it's just a double.
The center fielder, number 7, Juan Lagares.
Up is Juan Lagares. Oh, I guess that wasn't even close to a home run. But still. pretty bummed. Call Gerald. See if Gerald's working.
0-1's the count.
Gerald. He's been on the show more than anyone else. We're going to extend that streak, possibly.
What do you want?
Hey, Gerald!
Popeye.
You're watching Popeye, the live action movie?
Yes, the live action Popeye movie.
Are you familiar with the behind the scenes of the Popeye live action movie?
I am not.
Well, they filmed it in Malta, okay? And they did a lot of cocaine there.
Were there milk balls too? Malta milk balls?
Malta milk balls? Is that? Oh, no. Not that I'm aware of. There's lots of falcons there, I believe. And little tiny adorable dogs. But no, they filmed the whole thing in Malta, and I think Harry Nielsen. Do you like the music in it?
I've only just started.
Oh, this is like your first viewing of it ever?
Yes.
Okay, but it's like Robin Williams, right?
Robin Williams.
Is it Ron Howard directed? Or no, it's Robert Altman, isn't it?
Yeah, Robert Altman.
That's what a but are you familiar with Harry Nielsen?
Not really.
You know the song "Everybody's Talking at Me."
Oh yeah.
He sang that. It's weird. He's like a prolific songwriter. Okay, but his two most famous songs are. I don't think he wrote either one of them. That he also sings the "Can't live if living is without you." Can't live anymore. But I don't know if he wrote that one either. Did you ever see the kids' cartoon, The Point?
I don't know what that is.
Okay, never mind then. That was he wrote the music in that too. He's a very good songwriter, is what I will say. You know the song "They put the lime in the coconut and drink it all up"?
Yeah.
He wrote that one. He was like best. He became famous because, one of the reasons he became famous is because the Beatles were asked, like, "Hey, who are you listening to?" And they're like, "Oh, Harry Nielsen is fantastic." And he used to hang out. There's actually a documentary you should check out called "Who's Harry Nielsen and Why Is Everyone Talking About Him?" But he lived a very interesting life and very good musician. He does all the music for Popeye, but apparently I think he might have been on set too, and it was just them doing a ton of, I think a lot of the budget was allocated for cocaine. A very large amount. But yeah, so I'm interested to see what you think of it, because I haven't watched it forever. I know one or two people. It has not a great reputation necessarily, but I know a lot of people who are film snobs who really like it, but I don't know if they're just trying to be contrarians or not. So I'm very interested to see what you think of it as a movie. And the music too. But anyway, the Cubs are losing 7-0 in the 6th inning. So it doesn't really...
It's not unheard of to have a comeback like that, right?
Not unheard of, but it is rainy, so it's like... don't get me wrong, the play has been sloppy, so sometimes a lot of runs can happen if it's rainy and messy just because bad defense will happen. But at the same time, you're not necessarily going to have people hitting the ball really far because it's rainy and wet, and so it's just kind of people are slipping and you can't really I don't know.
So does the game let the rain get bad enough that they actually have to delay it?
Yes, there are such things as rain delays, and then they, which can last anywhere from 30 minutes to a couple hours. At which point, if they have played less than 5 innings, they will postpone the game and replay it at whenever they play each other next time, and they'll just start back from wherever they were. But if the game is played more than 5 innings or more, counts as a game. If it starts raining really badly, where they can't play anymore. So theoretically, if you're like a manager and you see that, and you're like up by 4 runs, but like the other team has got some runners on base, but you see that rain is going to be there in the next 10 to 15 minutes, you could try and stall a little, like to see what would happen.
So if you're a manager and your team is up after 5 innings, it's a good idea to hire some people to drop silver iodide into the clouds.
Yes. And also to get some people in the outfield to start throwing beach balls onto the field so that they have to like cease play. They're just like, who's throwing all these beach balls on the field? Now we have to cease play for 1 to 2 minutes. Yeah, it's kind of crazy because, but like I said, there's also, if you've only played 4 or whatever, or if it's a tie game, and it's past, I would assume that they'd have to restart from wherever. Javier, you know how I was talking about? I didn't think they were going to be. Oh, never mind. He hit it foul. They gave me the angle, the home run angle, but it's also the angle where it's not sure if it's going to go fair or foul. And then he just smashed one down the line that was dove and caught. That would have been at least a double, probably. Shit. But that's how things are going today for the Cubs. You can't win them all. They've won 8 in a row, so they were due for a loss, to say the least.
Yeah, well, eventually reality had to come crashing in.
Yeah. I mean, it's not unheard of to win that many games in a row. That happens.
What's the world record for longest win streak?
Probably 20. Let's see. Longest win streak. MLB. I mean, have you seen the movie Moneyball?
No. I won't
Really?
watch it, though.
You should. It's very good. Moneyball is one of the few books that I've read multiple times, too. So, let's see here. What?
Ball, that's in.
I could have sworn, unless that just doesn't count as the live ball era. The New York Giants in 1916 had 26. Here we go. The 2017 Indians won 22 straight games, which that's a lot. But in Moneyball, they won 19 or 20 in a row one year. The Oakland A's did, which I thought was a record at the time. Well, now I'm looking it up because I thought it was a record. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just American League record, or maybe it was nothing. I could have sworn it was something at the time. I thought it was like a big how do you do? And now I'm interested to see what it was. Oakland. Sorry, I'm typing with one hand as the other hand is holding. Oakland winning streak.
And you're typing in one hand because you're furiously masturbating to the sound of my voice.
Yes,
right?
well, not furiously. Yeah, they had 20 games. I thought it was okay, at the time it was an American League record, 2002. But that's a big part in the story, is that. Because and not only that, it was like they were spoiler alert, sort of, is that like it was them, they were going for 20 in a row, and they took like an 8-run lead right away, so everyone was like, oh, they for sure are gonna do it, and then the team came back and tied it up, and then spoiler alert, Chris Pratt's character, Chris Pratt, before he was ripped, plays in this movie, hits like a walk-off home run or something like that. But for that, it's not the end of the movie or anything, but it's like the middle 3/4 of the way through. But yeah, it's a very good film. Do you like Brad Pitt?
Number 13.
He's all right.
Well, Brad Pitt plays Billy Bean. Just a little background on Money, which, by the way, everyone does the things in Moneyball. Everyone uses statistics now, like how Oakland did. Like it's and every team now is trying to consistently like find new mathematical edges in places that they didn't know exist. Like that's very much hugely a big part of baseball now. But Brad Pitt's character in Moneyball, Billy Bean is his name, is the GM for the A's. He actually, this is what was crazy. He was like either a first or a second round draft. Here's how good they thought he was going to be at baseball, Billy Beane, is that when the Mets chose him, they couldn't decide between... literally, people were trying to decide who to pick between Darryl Strawberry or Billy Beane. And you are familiar with Darryl Strawberry, I know, because of The Simpsons. So that's so you realize how good Darryl Strawberry was. He was one of those guys where he was good in the minors, and then every time he would come up to be in the majors, he wasn't great or just didn't play enough to get an everyday spot. And so when he became in his late 20s, he quit and was like, "Can you hire me in the front office with the A's?" They thought they were like, "What? You can still play baseball?" And he was like, "No. Can you hire me to be a scout or something?" So in the prime of his of what is the most people's primes of their careers, this won't really tell you this from the movie. You don't really learn this from the movie, but they kind of show that he was back up and down with a bunch of different teams. But yeah, in the prime of his career, or what would have been the prime of a lot of people's career, he quit and wanted to get an office job with baseball when he still could have kind of played. Isn't that weird?
Well, he still wanted access to the Franks.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to play, so he had to figure out a way to get around all that.
Yes. Well, and also here's how much of an athlete he is that he became in his mid-late 20s, he just started switch hitting just to see how he would do. And he'd never done it his whole life, and he was hitting 300 from the opposite side of the plate that he was usually hitting from. So to be the sort of athlete where you're just all of a sudden, I'm you know what? Let's see what happens if I hit from the other side of the plate for the first time ever. And he did pretty okay. I don't know. He's
They say that a lot of more people are left-handed,
and just don't realize it.
Everyone is assumed to be right, so they're raised that way.
Or it's forced. It used to be forced down your throat. My dad's left-handed, but plays golf right-handed, and especially because left-handed clubs weren't a readily available thing back then. And also he throws left-handed, but maybe bats right-handed or vice versa. My dad does, and that still happens too, which is not that common, but it's still a thing sometimes where people will bat from one side and throw with the other.
Saving each arm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very, very strange, but yeah. Well, the Cubs are still losing 7-0 in the 7th inning with Nico Horner up to bat with Drew Pomerantz pitching.
Counts 1-0.
But
I think I asked this before, a year ago. It's there's never a mercy rule, right?
No.
There's never any.
Not professional.
Teams would never just forfeit, just say why wear out the players when.
No, but the teams will bring in position players to pitch to save arms.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
So they'll let the third catcher or the guy who usually plays first or whoever. They'll let them come in and throw a couple innings. And surprisingly, they do pretty okay sometimes, which kind of makes sense because players go from facing pitchers that are throwing 90 miles per hour and all that stuff to guys that are throwing 80 and 60. So it's just the timing's just way different from what they've faced the whole time.
Well, the way I pitch is I put it in a box and then I have UPS come and pick it up and then they deliver it.
Yes,
it's just easier that way.
Yes, that's a real slow. There's a lot of movement on that pitch. That's what's good. A lot of movement on that pitch. But there, I will say though, even though there's not a mercy rule, there are certain what's the word I'm looking for? Etiquette, where if you're up by a lot, you don't steal bases as much. Things like that. If you're up by 7 or 8 runs, people don't steal second or third as often because it's considered kind of just come on, that sort of thing. there was a story about Michael Jordan even because he played in the majors for a second after he left basketball for a little bit, but he there was a story. I think it was when he was in the minor leagues. Maybe it was when he was with the White Sox. But they were up by like 5 or 6 runs, and he stole third. And the manager was like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, the manager was like trying to apologize to the other team's coach, but the other team's coach was like realized that it was just Michael Jordan hadn't played baseball since he was a teenager and had no idea that like that wasn't okay. And so the manager was just laughing, which is it is funny when like you're like, oh, the best basketball player in the world just doesn't know baseball etiquette, yet he still is like good enough to play.
Did he make sure to chug a beer after he got there?
Yes, he chugged a beer and then with his can you on a pager? Could you send messages on a pager, or was that receiving only?
I don't know if there was any buttons for
to reply. Yeah, I think it was just receiving, and then you had to find a phone. But he. Well, and then they said something to him, and he was like, "Oh, he's like, well, in basketball, when you're winning by 20, you want to." He was like, "When you're winning by 20, you want to win by 30." So he didn't understand, like, it's completely different mindsets. Like in basketball, when you're blowing people out, you do it. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure you get a little sloppier, but it's still like you don't give up. And I agree with like, I'm a competitive person where I even on the other team, I would almost be offended by them letting up, because to me that's them like they're all professional athletes. Like you shouldn't have to if the other team's letting up, that's essentially them being like, you guys fucking suck and we feel bad at how much you fucking suck. So we'll turn it down a bit. But anyway, Gerald, anything else you want to say? I'll let you get going back to Popeye. I'm interested to hear your thoughts and feelings on Popeye. Wait, does anyone have any?
I've been watching a lot of movies. I watched Tremors, which is great.
Yeah, I feel like
very fun.
I haven't seen A Quiet Place yet, but A Quiet Place looks like an artsy version of Tremors to me. Even though I haven't seen it yet.
That's right. That's John Krasinski is the artsy Kevin Bacon.
Yes. Have you seen any of the other Tremors?
I've seen 2.
Okay. It only gets like exponentially more and more silly. It becomes more and more of a sci-fi, and I think they literally became sci-fi movies.
And then there was a TV show on the Sci-Fi Network.
Yeah.
Or USA.
Yeah, was it Jamie Kennedy was in it or something fucking stupid?
I also watched Minority Report for the first time. That's a great movie.
Yeah, Minority Report, it's good. Is that based on a Philip K. Dick thing too, or no?
Yes, it is.
Okay. School of Frog says
it's very well made, a lot of cool camera stuff going on.
Yeah, I think Minority Report's very good. And then also I like, do you know the guy with the piercing blue eyes who's in it? Who's
Oh yeah.
It's fun, and he was in Justified. Yes. Yeah. It's funny because he's in some commercial where they make a reference. It's like some foundation, but he's like the guy in the commercial, and like the newspaper changes, and I'm kind of wanted to be like, you're assuming a lot of your viewer here that they're gonna understand, because he doesn't you may remember me from Minority Report. He doesn't say that. He's just like, hi, I'm this actor, because I don't even know his name. You know what I mean? And he's like, we're here to get rid of whatever it's some form of disease or something.
Everything I've seen him in, he's good at.
Yes. I'm not trying to detract from his abilities. I'm just saying, the newspaper goes from, whatever bad thing to, changing to some, good outcome. And he's, smiles. And I want to be like, wow, we're just assuming everyone knows you're the guy from Minority Report. We're assuming everyone notices that scene where they have the newspapers.
I thought they were reading Harry Potter newspapers. And that's why
exactly.
I thought Minority Report was in the Harry Potter universe.
Oh man, that's the one. That movie made me really like Colin Farrell. And then and then I found out that I don't really like Colin Farrell that much, except that and In Bruges. You've seen In Bruges, right?
I have not.
Oh, In Bruges is an amazing film. Do you like Gleeson? The big dad one, not the new one. Brendan Gleeson, right? That's his name. Oh, I haven't seen Gentleman. I heard Gentleman's good. That's the new Guy Ritchie one.
Okay.
I heard that was good,
Yeah,
though.
I don't know. I can't think of a lot of Colin Farrell movies that I really enjoy.
If you get a chance, speaking of Brendan Gleeson movies, I say like Jackie Gleason movies, Caddyshack 2 and In Bruges is fantastic. For sure, watch In Bruges if you get a chance. And then The Guard with Brendan Gleeson and Don Cheadle is really good too. It's basically Brendan Gleeson is like a good cop, but like he's a dirty cop, but not in a bad way. Like he's a prostitutes and drugs dirty cop, but he's like still like he still has scruples, if that makes sense. Like it opens where he like finds a guy who died in a car crash. And the guy had coke on him, and he's like, "We wouldn't want your mom knowing about this, would we?" Like to the dead body, and like takes the coke off the body and keeps it for himself, so it just looks like a traffic accident instead of a guy on cocaine.
That's a thing, and that's like a thing in Batman. What's his name? Harvey. Harvey.
Is he the bald guy? The bald one?
No, the character that. He's a police officer in the Gotham City Police Department, where he's like a real slime ball and just like a dirty piece of shit.
Yeah.
But compared to the other cops, he's like a shining example because he's not like specifically being bribed by the mob.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Like in any other police department, he would be the worst one. But by the sliding scale of Gotham,
yeah.
He's
Who's the bald guy who hates in the series, in the animated series? Who was the bald cop that hated Batman?
Nope. That's in fact.
Yeah, wasn't there a bald cop that hates Batman in the animated series?
I don't recall this. I don't remember any.
I thought there was one cop that really was always like, "Fuck you, Batman."
No, not remembering this.
Hold on. I'll get into
Harvey is in it. That character is in Harvey. I can't remember his last name.
Maybe he's not bald. I could have sworn there was a guy that wore kind of a. I guess I'm just what it's showing me is the guy in the blue. I'm assuming that's Harvey.
Now batter. No left fielder.
I could have sworn there was a guy in like just like a regular like jacket, like a big like what's the word I'm looking, like a Dick Tracy type jacket, but not yellow colored.
Okay,
Maybe I'm wrong. No, I guess it is probably. I'm guessing it's the guy that you're talking about. He has a punched in. He has a nose that looks like he's been punched a bunch.
Yeah.
Okay, that must be who it is. I don't know. I think my memory was just not correct.
Are you saying
School Frog Bullock, maybe Bullock is who's
Bullock? Yeah,
Bullock. Harvey Bullock. Hey, Heather! How you doing, Heather? Miss you too. School Frog says, "Tell us a joke, Gerald."
A joke?
Yeah.
What am I, some kind of joke-telling person?
You are a joke machine.
I never told a joke in my life. Anyone who tells you different is a liar.
I literally have referred to you as a joke machine to multiple times with people.
How about this? Here's something I came up with that's just one of the punchlines from a larger bit.
Okay.
For me, the sex I have access to, it's like going to the IHOP. Like, I'll do it, but I don't crave it, and I'm certainly not shaving to go to the IHOP.
Okay, fair. But you always leave $2 on the table when you leave.
Yeah, and I lick all the syrup off.
Yes, exactly. Oh, man. Nicely done, Gerald. Nicely done. Well,
Your attention, please.
let's see here. Oh, I have to pee so bad. The Cubs are about to lose, I think. I think it's in the 8th or the 9th. I don't feel bad not coming. Also, someone who was listening to it, I can't remember who it was, but I think it was Lance. Lance was like, the only part I like of it is when you're just talking to your friends on the phone. But that was because Lance just doesn't like baseball at all. But he was just like, yeah.
Calling virtual MMA fights.
Yeah.
You'd be into it.
Yes. I am considering starting to stream. There's a good chance I'll get the new Mountain Blade game too. If I get it though, I might also try and get it for a PC. I hear for console it might be not. Someone was like, it looks like it was just thrown into the. Nancy says it's Harvey Dent. He's Two-Face. How can you guys not remember it? Well, because I always remember faces from their profiles, so.
That's funny. It's a funny joke.
Yeah.
That there are two people whose first
names are Harvey
in the Batman universe.
I did.
Oh, that's the real secret. He's
yes.
Two-Face. His real other face is
yes.
Harvey Bullock.
That's the twist. Is he comes in as Three-Face later.
That's a thing in like the very last episode of the new Batman and Robin Adventures.
Yeah.
From the 90s. I think it's the very last episode. It's an episode where Two-Face, I guess spoilers, there's a guy going around dressed as a judge with like an axe and he's like killing.
Oh, he's the judge and the executioner?
Yeah. And it turns out that it's a third personality of Two-Face.
Okay. You know, it would be funny if he's judge and executioner, but also brings 12 people around with him to be the jury. He's like, I'll be the judge and I'll be the executioner, but I will not be the jury.
You guys have got to do it.
I'm going to do that now. I'm going to make a character who's like, I'm the judge and the executioner, and this is my gang, the jury.
You ever heard my bit about the trial episode of Batman, the animated series?
No.
So part of it, so it's a really great episode where all the villains break out of Arkham, and then they trap Batman, and they put Batman on trial.
That's cool.
Except, yeah, it's like the Joker's the judge, and I can't remember who are the lawyers, and then there's the jury, and so it's a whole thing.
So
but,
is that why they do that in the third one? Is that a nod to that?
Probably.
When the Riddler is the judge.
Something.
Okay.
But, let's see, what was that? But anyway, but part of it.
Schoolfrog says Harley Quinn is the defense for Batman.
Part of their scheme is the Riddler leaves a riddle for Batman that leads him to a place where they trap him, right?
Okay.
But the thing is, the Riddler, he thinks he's smarter than Batman, and the reason he leaves those riddles is because he thinks they'll be too hard for Batman to solve.
Yeah.
But if that was the case, they wouldn't be able to trap Batman.
Well, that was
if he wasn't able to figure it out.
Well,
which means everyone else thinks that Riddler is just an asshole. They're like, "Oh yeah, Riddler, leave him an unsolvable riddle. He'll never figure it out." Like they don't respect him at all.
Yeah. No, that's so. Wait, was Riddler playing along with it though? Did he make it intentionally easy?
I don't know. I don't know that he can do that. He's too much of a blowhard to make something intentionally easy.
Yeah. Nancy says that Jim Rash is the best Riddler. I do like Jim Rash as the Riddler. Hey, I'm the Riddler. I do like the Harley Quinn show a lot.
It is.
I am upset that most people don't even know about it because I feel like of all the things DC has done the last, I don't know, 10 years, this one is the most interesting.
Doom Patrol is great.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen Doom Patrol.
The show is amazing.
Okay, yeah, you told me about that. You made it sound like that was pretty fun. The Rat episode you made it sound, that sounds really funny.
It's all crazy things going on in
Yeah.
that show.
Yeah. But yeah. So, anyway, Gerald, I'll let you get back to the thing.
I am what I am.
I am what I am, what I am. Yeah, tell me what you think of Robin Williams as, is John Goodman Bluto?
I don't know.
I don't know why my brain is thinking that, but I could be very wrong. I don't know that
I
for
can see it. He can play that part, yeah.
And Shelley Duvall is Olive Oil because, of course, like. I mean, not that it's hard to find an anorexic actress in the early 1980s, but she still is the go-to there. So, I guess.
And then she had the joints removed from her arms so she could do the wavy arm thing.
Whoa! Yeah, yes. She temporarily had her elbows removed. So, it was a very questionable procedure at the time and still. But Gerald, thank you. Paul Smith is Bluto. I don't know who Paul Smith is, but Paul L. Smith or Paul Smith. Okay. Here's the bad guys' social standing.
Alright, well just make sure you don't welch on your bet with Pursoon that if the Cubs lose, you'll blow him. Alright, blow.
I didn't say that. I'd be more likely to make it if they win. I mean, and also, by the way, the bases are loaded right now with the Cubs pitching, so not only are they losing. Yes, fully loaded.
It'll be like Herbie.
Yes, I was waiting for that. Like Herbie or the potatoes I like. But yes.
Just don't get twice baked first.
Oh shit! This could very easily be a grand slam. No, it's not a grand slam. Woo! It is going to score a run. But Gerald, I'm going to pee. Thank you for joining us as usual. I'll get back to you about writing stuff.
If they get any moons over Miami.
Yes, I will. I will. I'll wait for when they. I'll certainly have you on the show when they play the Miami Marlins. We'll talk soon. Let's talk about writing stuff here soon too. I'll message you about that stuff. All right?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Take care.
See ya.
Bye. That was Gerald. I'm gonna pee because who cares? The game's done. I'll be back in a second.
Nope. Ball one. One ball, two strikes. Two balls, two strikes.
Whew. All right. Rally caps time. Rally caps. Where's my Cubs hat?
Leading off for the Cubs,
Rally cap.
the right fielder, Jason.
It's on backwards. I'm going to take a picture because this looks really silly. Man, I had such good energy today, I felt like. Don't go into rest now. Oh, I have a thing on. Got a timer on. Darn timer. Oh, that's going to be a double. Nicely done. Here we go. Rally cap. Rally cap. Selfie stream. Selfie stream. Do you have good self-esteem? Self-esteem. Do you have high self-esteem? Self-esteem. Oh, I don't know if Gerald. Sorry, Nancy, I didn't see. I don't know if Gerald's liking Harley Quinn. I'm assuming. I haven't watched it yet. Oof. Strike one. I haven't even finished the first season. I'm almost... It's weird that I'm actually... Instead of binging stuff, since I'm anticipating so much open time, is that I'm doing 2 or 3 episodes at a time and being like, let's conserve these things that I haven't seen and rewatch things that I have that I still like, because I don't want to like run out of content for the first time. Oh, Baez hits a single. Runners at the corners with no one out. Here we go.
Up next for the Cubs,
5 more of those and we got a game. Victor Caratini's up. I said it Italian, even though he's Puerto Rican. I like saying it like it's Italian. Well, that's not a very nice thing to say about yourself, school fry. You gotta have good self-esteem. All right, Victor, ooh, crushes it, but foul. All right, takes the ball low. Matt Strom was tagged with the loss yesterday. It'd be nice if he could do that again, although I doubt they would leave him in for 9 runs or for enough people to be on base along with runs for him to be responsible for them. Theoretically, you could have them score 6 runs and then have 3 men on base, and that he would be responsible for. And then they would score, and he would get the loss there. But I doubt any of that's going to happen. But we'll see. We'll see. Come on, Victor. Ah, come on, Victor. I started him today and everything.
Up next for the Cubs, the second baseman, Hernan Perez.
Well, here's Hernan Perez.
He's out.
And he's quickly out, but he scores a run. So it's not a complete wasted day.
Number 50.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I feel like a large amount of Puerto Rican names sound
Number 21.
like they have an Italian ancestry. Like Giancarlo Stanton, Victor Caratini, I think Giovanni Soto.
Ball one.
I could be wrong about Giovanni Soto. But I think maybe. But it's in names like Giovanni. A lot of times they have the same or similar pronunciations, but they're spelled, like Giovanni's spelled differently than like for Soto, at least than it is in a traditional Italian spelling. Oh, it's down!
No,
And it's gonna probably be called a hit because he had to dive for it. It is a base hit. Say it's so sad the scoring guy, the scorer, the score decider. All right, Chris Bryant. Chris Bryant hits a 3-run homer here and make it. You'd be 1 grand slam away from tying the game. It's gone. It's a 3-run home run. Donger! Chooch! Choo-choo-choo-choo, Donger! Nancy, are you there? You should, if you are, Nancy, make a highlight of that. That Donger. Of me saying if he hits a 3-run home run, we're a grand slam away from... Oh, Jose Castillo is coming in now that the lead has been cut in half from the beginning of the inning, or the beginning of this half inning. I mean,
The first baseman,
similarly
44,
with Cuba,
Anthony
like,
Rizzo.
there's a reason why like Italians play Cubans and Cubans play Italians in movies. Sometimes they get mad at each other for it, but they both do both, and they're like, even though they live very far apart, they have a similar look. Like Anthony Rizzo puts a jolt into one, gone. Holy shit! It's a 3-run game now. There are 2 outs though, so I don't know. Fucking shit's crazy here. They're not gonna win. It's just a fucking. I bet Schwarber's fucking pops it up. Ball 1. 6 for 12 in the series though. So that's pretty good for Schwarber. I mean, pretty good for anyone. Batting 500 for a series is good. Oh, ripped it down the line, but foul, which is good because with the shift, he would have, if it would have been fair, it would have been fielded most likely. All right, 2-1 to Kyle Schwarber. One outside. Ian Happ on deck. Strike 2. Yeesh. Ah, fuck you, Schwarber. Well, it's done. We're not in similar time. What shouldn't I believe? What was a complete fabrication? Fly the L. I mean, can't win them all. Shit. It was almost a comeback. I thought my rally hat might have won things. Oh, boy. I mean, they made it interesting, but they fucking...
The final line score for this
It's crazy
for the
that the starting
hits,
pitcher couldn't qualify for the
They
win
left 8 men on base.
because they didn't pitch 4 innings, they pitched 4 2/3. But that Cal Control can pitch .1 innings and get 1 out and get qualified for the win. It's insane.
3 hours and 41 minutes.
Yeah, there's that. Francisco Mejia is the player of the game because he had a couple big dongers that he hit. Chris Bryant was 2 for 4. Yeah, this game was not nearly as close as it looks in score, except for at the very end of the game. The Cubs were comfortably losing most of the game. Or, well, yeah. It looked like up until the 6th inning that it was close, and then after that it didn't look close, and then in the end it looked close. Well, let's take a look at tomorrow's matchup. See what's going on there. Like I said, now I'm going to wear a different shirt. Ooh, Aaron Nola, the ace of the Phillies, will be against Kyle Hendricks, who is undefeated with a 1.67 ERA. I love that professor. But anyway, they lost finally. I mean, it's it's okay to lose every now and then. 19-6 is nothing to sneeze at. Yeah, Nola has a 1-2 record. Hendricks has a 3-0. Aaron Nola still is well, he's been up and down, but he still can be very good. And that ERA is still pretty good. And 38 strikeouts and 33.2 innings. It sounds like the offense isn't getting it done. Is what I extrapolate from, or what I take from that information. Extract is what I should say. What I should extract from that information is that he's pitched okay and that the offense isn't there. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies, tell your families, tell your people you're not related to watch. And we'll see you tomorrow. Maybe I'll get up early enough to do the 1:20 start time. Who knows? Thank you. Bye. Oh, Chooch, Nancy. We record that highlight earlier for the home run. You don't have to, actually. It's fine. Oh, someone just came in. Who just came in to the very end of the thing? It's all right. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Perhaps I'll start at 1:20 when the game is supposed to start. Perhaps not. Have a good one.